Hi, Theory 3. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. This is our last theory lesson for this semester. I'll have a couple worksheets for you guys. One will be review next week, and then the following week it'll just be a fun Christmas one. But this is the last new thing that we're going to learn until after Christmas, and then we'll jump back in where we're leaving off. So today we're talking about flats. So the flats and sharps, there's a specific order. We've already learned the order of the sharps. The sharps are F, C, G, D, A, E, B. So remember we did fat cats go down alleys eating burgers, okay, or burritos or whatever you want your fat cat to eat. Flats are the exact opposite. So it's starting at this end, we go B, E, A, D, G, C, F. Okay? So the flats, B, E, A, D, G, C, F. So I guess technically you could just learn the sharps and then go backwards and think through the flats. That would work. Another way to remember the flats, this is how I think of it. I think of it the word bead, okay? Then some of you in math class might have already learned when you're working with fractions, we call it the greatest common factor. Remember how on the bottom, we're looking for that bottom denominator to make it the same? And you're like, no, I didn't think this was math class. Math comes in handy, doesn't it? So greatest common factor. So I remember it bead, greatest common factor. Or on your worksheet, you'll see that I put before eating a donut, get coffee first. Okay, so if you like coffee like I do, you can remember that one too. Before eating a donut, get coffee first. So it's either the sharps backwards, bead, greatest common factor, or before eating a donut, get coffee first. Okay, now just like the sharps, remember we talked about how they have to go on a specific line or a specific space. You just can't say, oh, it's B. I'll put it on any B that I want. They have to go in a specific place on the staff. Now, while they are on a specific place on the staff, they apply to any note that is B. Okay, so our first one is B. So it goes right here in the middle for treble clef. Any B that you play will be a B flat if it is in the key signature, okay? But we don't have to draw it on every B, okay? So if the flat is here, every B is flat, but make sure it only goes on this line. So we have B, E, A, D, G, C, F. Now, do you notice a pattern? The sharps went high, low, low. Then, so we did F, C, G, D, A. Then we did another low one there. High, low, low. F, C, G, D, A, E, B. Okay, so we did, so for sharps, we go high, low, low, high, low. Flats just go low or right here in the middle. Low, low, low. Okay, so it just goes back and forth. So B, E, go back down. A, go up. D, go down. G, go up. C, F, go down. Okay, for alto clef, yours starts right here on this middle B, right below middle C, B, E, A, D, G, C, F. So notice yours goes high, low, high, low. It does the same thing, okay? B, E, A, D, G, C, F for alto clef. Bass clef, yours, we start here low, B, E, A, D, G, C, Okay? Make sure you guys see that. Okay, so then the next page is the first keys that have flats. This process of figuring out the scale is exactly the same as what you did for sharps. So you're going to write in the whole step, half steps. You're going to draw that in, write the key, and then now instead of using sharps, we're using flats. Okay, so for let's go to the very last one, E flat. So we start on an E flat and then we need a whole step. So go up a whole step from E flat. F. Okay, we know that the next one is going to be G something. So F to G, is that a whole step? Yes, so you leave it. G to A, we know we go to that very next letter, remember? So G to A, we need that to be a half step. Is G to A a half step? No, G to A is a whole step. So that's where you have to make it a half step by lowering. Remember, you always adjust the second note, not the first note. So G to A, lower it. So then it becomes A flat. Okay. Now A flat, the next one will be the next letter, B. We need A flat to B. We need that to be a whole step. Is A flat to B a whole step? No, it's actually A flat to A is a half, A to B flat is a half, B flat to B that's like a step and a half. So we need to go to a B flat. That would be a whole step. So add a flat there. Okay, is this making sense how you add the flats? It's the same process. It's just the sharp makes the note go higher, a flat makes it go lower. And we still need it to be whole steps and half steps. If you need to look back at one of your papers that has a fingerboard on it, last week, there's a fingerboard drawing on there that you can use to figure that out, or get your violin out, or cello or viola, and figure out the half steps and whole steps, okay? On the very last page, there's key signatures. So what key has no sharps and no flats? Write the name of that key in. Then 1 sharp, then 2 sharps, then 3 sharps. Okay, so that's review. You should know that from about 3 lessons ago, and then we've reviewed it since. Now, look at the very bottom. I talked about the flat team. All of the flat keys have the word flat in their name, except for one, okay? So if the key name uses flats, it will say flat in the name. So the first one is the only one that doesn't, and it's the key of F, uses 1 flat, and it's not the key of F flat, it's just the key of F. You have to remember that one. That's straight up memory, okay? Then when we get to B flat, that one has 2. So it's not the key of B. B has sharps. So you have to say B flat, and it has 2 flats. E flat has 3 flats. A flat has 4 flats. So all of the rest of them, do you see how there is a flat next to the letter? They all have flat in their name. The only one that doesn't is the one that has 1 flat, which is the key of F. Okay? And that's it for lesson 12. And then I will see you guys. I may not post a video next week. I may just give you a worksheet because it's all going to be review. But if you have questions, like always, send me an email, send me a text, and I will get back to you. Have a great week, and stay warm today.